Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the self-therapeutic multimedia project that is for me to solve the problems and challenges in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights and goals that I set for myself. And this is a continuation. Of course, what you see is what you get in the title and in this room. What we see in the title: grocery items, food, health, a lot of just basically things that I purchased recently, and that's what we have in the third installment of today. There's actually a marathon going on, and there's actually supposed to be, who knows how many live streams I said before, but it turns out that there's only going to be about 4, so I don't know if that's not that much of a marathon really. Needless to say, the Ahn Rho Project, of course, so far we're working on the sub-series of the Ahn Rho Project called BDMP, standing for the basics. So the basics too, I guess. Continuing, clicked on something by accident. The basics to, getting your work done, managing your business, going about your daily volunteering activities. To get all that done, you need your daily upkeep, your sleep, your food, your diet, your exercise, all that kind of stuff, and then making sure that you manage all the most basic chores. Well, that's really what this sub-series is focused on here, and I keep clicking on some bullshit right here on the screen. Sorry about that. I keep clicking on something on the screen, and it keeps showing up that I want to share. I don't want to share with anything. What I have to cover here today is in this third live stream, interruptions, are this food items here, okay? And the previous live streams we covered, I believe, today was an awful day, I have to say, but this third live stream, we're going to actually get some work done. We have a lot of food, bananas, packaging, snack foods. We have even some gift items here that I received when I was going to visit one of my clients today from the long-term care senior home, which is why you see in the title LTC. That's what it stands for. If I move to the top up here, most of the garbage I can talk about later on very soon is stuff that I've already thrown away, so I have more space allocated, and then we can start moving on to tomorrow's live stream and focus on the business materials, the research company, and all that kind of stuff, in addition to the next live stream, which will be actually on some devices here. So that's actually what we have to cover. I believe that's all I can cover before I go to sleep, so it's not really much of a marathon. Forgive me about that. But needless to say, why don't we just get started here? So I think I'm going to give an outline. First thing that I have to cover is right here. That's the food and grocery items. There's going to be some stuff here on the table. So most of these things are urgent because there's some stuff here that I actually need to use for tomorrow when I wake up before I go to work. And over there especially, I'm going to bring that stuff to work as well to eat. And so that's the most urgent stuff that needs to be taken care of in this stream, which will last about maybe 10 minutes. Okay? So what we have here, I think there are about roughly 11 items, okay? And I have to take down all the logistics and make sure that it all works out properly. So I'm going to take out this bag. We'll start off with this. We have 2 bottles of Glucerna. So if you know what Glucerna is, it's if you've ever taken a meal replacement or a nutritional supplement such as Ensure, Glucerna is basically the diabetics version. Now, I don't have diabetes, but this is something, like I said, that's a gift. So today in the afternoon, I actually went about to a local buy. Just took maybe about 20 minutes to make it to the seniors home, and one of my clients there who I do visiting for, because obviously social isolation. I'm not sure if any of you watching right now, maybe, I'm pretty sure you have grandparents or a friend who is maybe in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, and with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, obviously they're all alone and stuck inside, and that can drive some of them mad, especially unfortunately for my client. His wife has dementia and Alzheimer's, so it's a degenerative disease that's going to, clearly he's kind of stuck in there with his wife, and thank goodness his daughter is there. And so when I went to visit, I chatted him up, and I said, this is not Christmas yet, but I mean, I'm going to see him in 2 weeks anyways. So when I did go there and I called him, and we tried to get a face chat working, but I couldn't get a face call working. So instead, he just saw me down by the lobby using the camera, and we had a really nice chat, and his daughter came down and basically gave me these 2. So this is really just my way of showing appreciation and being grateful for, again, more people in my life who, for most of my life, I have not had any. In fact, a few people who are supposed to care for me were very damaging to me. And so I really value my connections, try to be grateful for the people I have. And in fact, I consider my client and his family to be basically like my external family nowadays. So it gets a little bit personal there. Needless to say, that's a class 4 item. So class 4 items are gifts from fellow volunteers, friends, distant relatives, and so on and so forth, or staff members. The rest of the items up here, and that one went into a really deep tangent, obviously, because it was very personal. But the stuff up here, I have to say, gotta correct my pitch a little bit, huh? The stuff up here is all class 1, so class 1 items versus class 4. Class 1 items are things I purchased my own hard-earned money, so obviously just grocery items. So what do we have? It's just a bunch of... Now I should actually separate things here and say that the next live stream, which we will have, obviously, I said that there would be 2 live streams right now back to back. I held 2 more actually in the morning, and I don't actually recommend anybody watch that because that was actually very negative. But a part of the Ahn Rho Project, of course, I always have to cover everything that is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, 30 years down the road, if you're watching right now, if you ever decide to do something like this, it's kind of like a time capsule. I'm going to go back and watch this maybe about 20 years down the road if I don't get run over by the bus tomorrow or die or some shit like that. And it will be interesting, But most importantly, it's a tool for me to constantly improve. So I'm going to put those I'm going to put those devices back up here. They were mixed in with the groceries. It's important that I actually have them the way that they are, so that I can capture everything that I'm doing. So we have roughly about 9 items here, and I've already entered these on a database, kind of like one of the sub-series I call item catalog is me databasing all this. So we have some bananas right here, some ripe green bananas. We have this Bueno hazelnut chocolate. We have a lot of these Sri Lankan Indian snack foods. I'm not sure if you have any friends who are from Sri Lanka or India. So Bombay mix, sweet savory mix, it's not healthy in any way. It's a snack food item, so you can expect that there's a lot of salt, high on sodium, high on saturated fat, not recommended. We have Reese's Pieces, just some chocolate, more cookies. Again, most of the items I purchased here, by the way, were on sale because, as you know, year end of inventory for businesses means that obviously they had to try to clear all the inventory they had in stock, and then once December came around, they purchased new items. So all of these things, most of them, half of the items here were at least on sale, including these Christie's. These are one of my favorite cookies, shortcake cookies. Again, nothing here is something that I would recommend people buy because unless you're just, clearly I have a lot of snack foods that I'm not supposed to eat. And one of the main problems that I'm trying to actually capture, like I said, good, bad, and ugly, I have to cover it on stream as a part of this multimedia project. One of my major habits, negative habits I've had that have started to crop up in the past 2 years is a lot of stress and binge eating due to me trying to cover a business and manage a business as well as full-time work and volunteering. And now one of my guardians is fallen severely ill, and so I'm trying to take care of that as well. And then obviously, so you can break those down, those domains of life, from finance, employment, business, relationships, caregiving, all that kind of stuff, into the really nitty-gritty details, and you'll suddenly have maybe 500 different tasks to do in just 2 weeks. And so that's no excuse for me to eat this kind of stuff, but that is what happened, and I have to correct it. It's my responsibility. So moving downwards, we see more snack food items that, again, I purchased mostly because on sale, but at least we have something here that is remotely healthy. Bananas, obviously, for the resistant fiber. They're green bananas. The bags I will reuse. I will pack some sandwiches with some ham, and then put some flax seeds, chia seeds, and some dehydrated onions in there, and then just pack it as just a very small lunch, small dinners for you I bring to work. The Quaker oatmeal, 1-minute oats, every morning I eat for breakfast because it's very easy, very quick, and it's a good source of fiber for me to just basically clear my bowels every morning. Again, it's like clear bowels. I'm talking about that on stream. I know. Like I said, good, bad, and ugly, right? And then Christie, Mrs. Christie, Mr. Christie, you make good cookies right here. I've never tried these before. I wanted to test them out, and they were on sale. So again, more cookies, chocolate, all that kind of junk and bullshit. It's all fucking nonsense that I hope none of you don't do as I'm doing, right? Chips here, we got wafers. Man, it's just a bunch of nonsense. And here from Dollarama. So we had actually about 9 items for purchase from Food Basics. So if you live in Canada, you know what Food Basics is. We also have Dollarama. So again, another Canadian chain, but that one's for, obviously, Dollarama is a dollar store. And we have these these are Breton veggie bites or whatever, you know. They're just crackers. Finally, we have granola bars. So I'm not going to cover in too much detail. Needless to say, most of this stuff here, I tried to mitigate the amount of damage it would have to my body by getting some stuff that has at least some amount of fiber, so at least can clear it, and lower amounts of sugar than at least I could ask for. But at the end of the day, it's all junk food, and never follow my example here. This is me trying to solve my life, right? So don't do what I'm trying to do. Now, up here we have a little bit of garbage left remaining. And like I said, up here was actually filled. There was a whole bunch of garbage here for the past 3 weeks accumulated. Just kind of like this, except much worse. In fact, it was piled stock high. If you check my previous live streams on Facebook, Twitch, whatever you're coming from, you'll see it's a total fucking mess. But, you know, that was part of the groceries and inventory upkeep and just hygiene. A lot of that kind of stuff that was a part of the Ahn Rho Project, specifically that portion, also was mixed in with here too. There's a whole bunch of junk up here. There was like, it was disgusting. It had like Wendy's and Tim Hortons stuff like here. So let's try to cover some of the garbage here too, because the grocery items there are finished, and I already talked about at the very beginning, the little gift I got from the senior's home. Okay. Over here, very important, obviously, I have 4 bottles of these Walmart just stainless steel containers. I'm going to use them tomorrow again when I bring to work. Just water, 750 milliliters each. Most importantly, I need to get rid of this kind of stuff. So this is a class 2 item. So class 1, class 2, and class 4. I spoke about class 1 and 4, obviously gifts and things I purchased myself. Class 2 are from my guardians. I'm not supposed to use that because there's been a very broken family dynamic, if I can even consider ourselves a family at all. And that's just kind of sad, but that is what it is. That's life, you know. So I have all this garbage here as well, these paper napkins, and I would say I would relate that to food as well and say that they're kind of used together. So I'll move this over here and hopefully I can throw that away, but I really was not supposed to eat this. So all this here is basically recyclable material. This is garbage. And what can I do now to make sure? I have about 2 minutes left. Let's see in this time frame, what can I do to make it all work out? So I know that for instance, I'm going to definitely bring something stuck onto the bananas. I'm gonna bring these bananas to work, and I just put some labels got stuck on there. But this is supposed to be, I'm gonna mix the glucerna with oatmeal, so I would take that out. I'm bringing that downstairs to the kitchen. Again, renting in a household with maybe 4 families, and it's a very hectic. But it's all garbage. The only thing I really need to bring are the bananas, which should go into this bag, just symbolically speaking, and then I should take this one right here, which I finished, the sun chips, and then I'm going to make a sandwich, just 2 slices of bread with some ham, stick it inside, and then bring that to work as dinner. Now, back to here. Most importantly, this bag here is supposed to be from Wendy's. I kept it because if you take a look inside my little work bag, which is really just a plastic white shopping bag, this thing right here, inside has some supplements that I bring to work, which is a part of the business that I'm actually running at the same time that I have full-time work and volunteering and all that kind of jazz in addition to this project. So this kind of Tim Hortons bag here is all disgusting, and it's been here for maybe about 2 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move everything inside into this bag, for instance, including napkins, and then I'll dump it inside the bag here, and then we'll be ready for work. Now, I can't get the rest of this done on time. The stream is only supposed to be about 15 minutes, and I have like maybe 30 seconds, so I'm just going to say we're going to continue off with this in the next live stream. I'm going to clean up the food. Again, clean up the table here. I should mention the oatmeal, actually. This bowl I had to get washed, so I'm glad that I came back here. Garbage. And we'll see you in the next live stream, which we will cover devices and electronics. So that's going to be the next area of items that I have to do inventory upkeep with, and more of the Ahn Rho project, all right? So see you in the next one, and thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. In about 15 minutes, we'll see each other once again.